often asked, what does the judge consider when granting or denying bond? There are 4 primary factors considered at bond hearings in Georgia. The court will make a determination of 1, whether the defendant poses any significant risk of fleeing from the jurisdiction of the court or failing to appear in court when required. 2, whether the defendant poses a significant threat or danger to any person, community, or property in the community. And 3, whether the defendant poses significant risk of committing any felony pending trial. And lastly, and 4, whether the defendant poses significant risk of intimidating witnesses or otherwise obstructing administration of justice. That's Georgia law. Please know that each case is different and has its own unique set of facts to be considered. And I'm going to give you a few examples of where bond may be denied. For example, where a defendant has several failures to appear or contempt of court. This may be seen as a risk of failing to appear. Or someone who has no significant ties to the jurisdiction. Let's say like they live in another state far away. This may be risk of fleeing jurisdiction or risk of not returning for trial. Or someone who has back-to-back arrests for felonies like drugs or acts of violence. This may be seen as a threat to the community and bond may be denied. This may also be true for someone who is already out on bond and who picks up a new felony arrest, or just a new arrest for that matter. In this case, a DA may move to revoke that defendant's prior bond. These are just examples and should not be taken to mean that bond will automatically be denied. However, these examples definitely don't strengthen anyone's chances for getting a bond. In short, before setting bond, courts look for evidence that shows whether the defendant is a threat to the community, whether the defendant is a risk to reoffend or has a risk to reoffend, whether the defendant poses a risk to intimidate witnesses or obstruct justice while on bond. This is what courts consider when granting or denying bond. I'm Stephanie Burgess of the Burgess Law Group. I can't promise the outcome, but I can promise the fight, and I always fight to win.